Jenny Vrentis' article in Sports Illustrated speaking to a massage therapist under a pseudonym from Houston, talking about Deshaun Watson and his behavior in her massage room, and Watson's, and the fact that she isn't part of this Tony Busby group of accusers. For the first time, really made me pause, and it was very. And I'm not saying that I don't believe others accusers, and that's obviously the razor's edge of this conversation here. But it really was bizarre, and you can't sit here and say she's looking for money. You can't sit here and say that she's making it up with a lawyer who started this whole thing on his Instagram account. What do you think about all of this?
Well, I agree with you completely. The fact that this is somebody who actually rejected the overtures of Busby's firm and decided not to be represented by Busby and is evaluating her rights with another lawyer in Houston. And frankly, when you look at everything she said, there isn't that bright line, obvious grounds for liability that some of the lawsuits that have been filed, most of the lawsuits that have been filed, if the allegations in the lawsuits are proven, there is liability on the part of Deshaun Watson. So it does give credibility just to the broader picture that's been painted by 19 lawsuits and now a 20th person who hasn't sued and may not sue. You know, Rich, if it's just 2 or 3 people and you can show that one of them, as Watson's camp apparently believes, was trying to extort, that there was consensual conduct, whatever the case may be, if there's just 2 or 3 and you can blow a giant hole in one of the claims, that's one thing. You get up to 19 or 20, okay, one of the claims may have a flaw. You can't account for the rest. And I think that's the problem Deshaun Watson faces at this point, Rich. And the sooner, and I don't want anybody to misunderstand me when I say this, because I think he needs to have a reckoning. He needs to make this right. He needs to make it right with all the individuals involved. I have been arguing for a week now there needs to be a mediation session where everyone comes together. You get a retired judge who's got the gravitas to make everyone feel like they're getting a day in court, and work directly with every plaintiff and Deshaun Watson to bring satisfaction, closure, a sense of justice without a 2-year process. That's the best outcome for Deshaun Watson. I just don't know that he can manage that, because at the core of it all for the plaintiffs is Tony Busby, and no matter how much he says it's not about money, it is about money. And the problem now is, as Watson's waking up, Rich, to the reality that it's in his interest to resolve these cases now, from the perspective of a skilled and experienced lawyer who is in it for money, there's a premium if you want to do it now. And I think that's the challenge, trying to come up with a way to get all these people in the same room, get this resolved, and remove from it the Busby factor, where he's going to recognize, I've got this guy on the ropes, so the price of every settlement goes way up.